Assalamu alaikum everyone. So we were discussing in the last video uh, about decimals, isn't it? We started with decimals. So decimals are the numbers with points. Whenever the number when you find it with point or dot, okay, so that you call it as decimal. So these decimals are nothing but these are fractional decimals. Okay, so example, this is fraction 1 by 2. Okay, so when you divide this you will get 0.5. So the other name for decimal is nothing but fractional decimal. Okay, it's one and the same. All right, so we had seen how to compare your decimals, which is greater, which is smaller, isn't it? Okay, now today let's see our multiplication of decimals, how to multiply by using decimals. Okay, when you have a decimal, so first let's see the decimal by multiplying with a whole number. Okay, so we have example here I took as 0.2 multiplied by 6. So see, when you go for multiplication, forget about this point. What you do, you just take 2 multiplied by 6. How much it is? 2 multiplied by 6, 6 2 6 is 12, isn't it? Okay, so here on in this number you have decimal point. Okay, so after one number, so just after one number you give a decimal point. That's all. It's very simple. Okay, I will, if I take 1.5 into 2. Okay, forget now about decimal point, just multiply 15 and 2. How much it is? It is 30, isn't it? So just take 30 here as it is. All right, and if I give so one point is there after one number, right? After one number you have a point. So from right to left you take point here after one number. So this is nothing but 3. Okay, I also want you to show one thing. Just see this. Okay, so that further it will be easy for you. I can take 1.5 as easy method. I'm showing you. I can take this as 15 by 10. Okay, if I want to change this decimal into fraction, okay, simple thing what I can do is just take the number you have 1.5 as, take 15 divided by how many numbers you have on the right side. So that much you need to take zeros, that is one along with 1. Okay, like the same, I'll take one more, that is if it is 1.52, I will write this as 152 divided by 100. Okay, after decimal you have two numbers, so I am taking two zeros. Alright, so I can multiply here like this also. Okay, but just keep this thing in mind. Okay, it will be easy for you when we go further. Alright, so how you will convert this decimal into a fraction, by easy method I have shown you this side. Okay, so you will, if you want to multiply a decimal with a whole number, you can forget about the point and just multiply it, and then later how many points number after how many decimal point is there after how many numbers, so you need to put the same in the result. Okay, now we will see what happens when you multiply decimal by 10, by 100, multiplied by 1000, multiplied by 10,000. Okay, every time it will shift your point to the right side. Okay, that's like, see, you have example here 6.4 into 10. Okay, I'm multiplying this as 6.4. So you will have this one as, see, since it is 1 0 here. Okay, since it is multiplied by 10, so your point will shift to one position that side, so it is 64.0. If it is, now I will take 6.4 multiplied by 100. So what is your answer? So what will happen is you have two zeros here. and the 100 has two zeros, isn't it? So your this point will shift two positions, okay, one and one more position. So 64, where will it come? This is your 640.0. okay, what you had 64 6.4, and we are multiplying with 100. So two points, two digits it will shift. So before point was this at this position, so now after two digits it got shifted to this position. Okay, now similarly if I have 6.4 multiplied as 1000, so what will happen? This point will be shifted three numbers. It will be after three numbers. This point will come. So you'll have 6 4. Okay, your point was here before. So I want to shift how many? Three positions. So 1 2 3. After three digits, it will come point. So it is 6400.0. That is 6400. Okay, so it will shift depending on number of zeros. Every time one zero will shift your one position on the right side. This point position, it will shift on the right side. Alright. Okay, the same they have shown you here. Okay, now let me take this example. Here it is 25.961 into 100. Okay, so what you have two zeros, so how many this point will shift after two digits. Okay, this is 1 2, so your point should shift to this position. It is 2596.1. okay, so instead of going for multiplication like this 25961 into 100, so each time you will take 0 0 0 0 and then again 0 0 0 0 0, and then you'll multiply with 1. Okay, and you'll take here and then you'll add all those. So it is lengthy procedure. So easiest way, whenever you have multiplication with 10 100 1000 10,000, okay, a lakh and so on, so just how many number of zeros you have, that number of this decimal point will shift, okay, after so many digits. All right, so if I take the same problem, okay, with your 1000, now where should be your decimal point? I will take this as 2. Okay, 25.9612 multiplied by 1000. So you have three zeros here, so you need to shift this point to to the right side, that is after three digits, isn't it? Three zeros, so obviously after three digits, so this will shift here. So 25.961.2 will be your answer. You can go, you can do you can just check it in the calculator. All right, isn't it? It's easy. So these are like easy methods how to multiply decimal number with your tens, hundreds, okay, and thousands. Okay, now we had seen how to multiply a decimal number with a whole number. Now let's see with multiplication of decimal by a decimal number. So if I take two decimal numbers, same procedure, forget about your decimal point. You have if here you have 2.5 multiplied 0.4, so forget about these points. So just multiply 25 and 4. How much you will get? 25 fours, it's 100, right? 5 fours 20, 4 to 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so it is 100. So after you get this answer, you are going to give points. So 1 point of this digit 1 and 2. So you will place the point after two digits. Your answer is 1. Okay, let me take one more example. If I take 7.9 35 into 2. Okay, so 2.1 I will take 1.1. okay, so that your multiplication will be there. Okay, so if I take 1.1, what I need to do for multiplication, I will forget about this decimal points. So 735 multiplied by 11 I will take. So 11 5 is 55, 11 3 is 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. Okay, 7 11 77, 78, 79, 80. Okay, so you got 88 8085. So where to place now decimal points? So just by multiplying 735 with 11 we got 8085. Now it's time for you to place a decimal point. Where does decimal point come? So this number you have one digit, okay, after decimal, and here after decimal you have two digits. So altogether after 3 digits, okay, 1 2 3, after 3 digits from the left, right to left, you will place a point. Okay, so it is 8.085. So we have one more, I'll consider one more example. 6.1 multiplied by 1.2. So what we did, we need to forget about decimal points and just first multiply 61 with 12. Okay, so after if you multiply you will get 732. Now point, where do you place for 732? So you have 1 and 2. After 2 from right to left, so after 2 digits you placed your decimal point. Alright, this is how you do multiplication of two decimal numbers. Okay, here we had seen a decimal number with the whole number. Alright, so now let's move on to the division of decimals. When you go for already in 6th class you are used up, you are familiar with decimals, so I think it is easy for you to understand this. Alright, now when you go for division of a decimal with a whole number, okay, I took before I have shown you, I took one example here, 0.4 divided by 2. So how you will do this? Okay, so one thing you can do is this 0.4. I told you how you can write 0.4. You can write it as 4 divided by, after decimal point you have one number, so 10. Okay, if you have 0.05, how you'll write this? You'll write this as 5. After decimal point you have two numbers, so you will take 100. Okay, so that is what we took here. So it is 4 by 10 divided by 2 by 1. Okay, and in the fraction part we had seen how you can how you change. Now it is your fraction, isn't it? You have converted it into fraction. Now it's easy for you to divide. So you will divide this. So what will happen? This will change into multiplication, and reciprocal of 2 by 1 is 1 by 2. So 4 by 10 into 1 by 2, and then multiplication of fractions, numerator numerator, denominator denominator, you will multiply. So 4 into 1 4, and denominator is 4 into 2 is 20. So how much it is? 4 5 is 20, isn't it? So this will be 1 by 5. So this is the simplest form of 4 by 20. Okay, so you need to, if some number is if you can cut it, you need to cut it off and write in the simplest form. Okay, now we had seen in this one, like how to multiply with your decimal number with tens, hundreds, and thousands, 10,000s. Now if let us see how to divide. Okay, what happens when you divide a decimal number by 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, and so on. Okay, in multiplication what was happening? It was decimal point was moving on the right depending on the number of zeros, isn't it? So if you are multiplying with 10, it will move by one position. If you are multiplying with 100, so how many positions it will move? It will move by two positions. That is, point will move by two positions in the right. So for division, it is opposite. Okay, let's see at this some examples. So here I took 5.2 is divided by 10. Okay, so what you can follow some procedure. Okay, 52, what is that? The 5.2, I can write it as what? 52 by, so this after point you have 1, so you'll take as 52 by 10. Okay, 52 by 10, and then follow the same procedure of your fractions. Okay, I have changed this into multiplication. 52 by 10 multiplied, reverse of this, it is 1 by 10. So you got 0.52, isn't it? See, simple method, what you need to do is, if you find that any decimal number, it is dividing by 10, what you do, you shift your this point position to the left side. Okay, so if you are shifting it to the left, what will happen? It will give you 0.25. Instead of going for so much big process, what you can do, you can directly write like this. Okay, I will take one more example. If I have a number like 25.22, okay, and I'm dividing this number by 10. Okay, so I can go by this lengthy procedure. If instead of that, what I will do is, since it is dividing by 10, okay, I will shift this decimal point one position to the left, so it will be 2.522. You want to see this? You want to just check the answer? See, let us do this. Okay, by this lengthy process, whether this is correct or not. Yes, students, if you can do it on your in your notebook. Okay, so this what I have questioned, 25.22 is divided by 10. I can write this as how 2522 divided by how much? Two numbers are there after decimal, so it is 100. Okay, divided by 10 by 1, so I can change this to 2522 divided by 100 into, it is a fraction now, into 10, how much? 1 by 10, isn't it? Just go for cutting. Okay, by some 2 by 10 only. 10 ones 10, 10 twos 20, 10 fives 50, then 10 twos 20. After that you'll get 10 twos 20. Again, if you divide it by 100, you go for the division process. Okay, so what you will get is 2.522. 100 twos is 200, then 5 point, if you take 500 will come. Okay, this is how it goes, lengthy procedure, but you got the same answer, isn't it? So simply, whenever you have a number, a fraction, this decimal number, dividing it with 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, okay, that time how many number of zeros you have in the division, that those and so many positions of point you need to shift on the left side. That is, it is opposite of your multiplication. Okay, in multiplication you are shifting the point on the right side. Okay, in division your point is shifting to the left side. Okay, multiplication with tens, hundreds, division with tens, hundreds, thousands, and so on. So how many number of zeros are there? So many shifts you are doing. All right, with a point. Okay, I hope I think we can stop till here now. Next we will continue in the next video. Until we meet again, assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.